What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and to all my Lassie out there, I'm Cheeto2500, and welcome back to Tutorials. I know it's been a while since I've done one, and these small updates which I'm about to give you before I begin will explain why. So, I've been doing good at work though. I've been feeling less tired more often. The clan is slowly getting back on its feet, and I'm doing that. And of course, though, I've got yet another new set of equipment that I have, which is the one on the far left or in my right, whichever direction you're looking at. So those are just a couple of small updates. So now let's begin the tutorial. So I like to start off with a question. How many of you still play consoles from 2 generations ago, 3 generations ago, even to this day? Now, how many of you guys are actually looking for a replacement headset or certain mics on it, or just to be able to hear the old consoles in your head? Now, some of you might be wondering why I iffied on the second one. Well, that's just because I have a tech hack that I would like to show you guys, which means that you do not have to look for a certain mic or a certain piece of equipment in order to use it for the old console, though. There's a little bit of a workaround on it, though, which I will show you right now. Now, if you guys remember the old Turtle Beach headsets, all those headsets from like, 10, 15 years ago, that has the use of component cables on it, though? Well, what made them work, right, is what we like to call the piggyback cable. Right? So the piggyback cable, right, you connect your audio cables here to the back here, which then allows, this cable here to connect your TV, right? And then while that's connected, though, you could use this, right, to plug in your headset, into it, though. So all that together, though, it could create, sound in your ears without putting up the TV or lowering it down the volume, right? So yeah, that's about it, though. So, the reason why I have 2 headsets here is because one of them got a little bit old, and I'm planning on throwing one of them away soon, which is like this one right here, which I will be using in this tutorial here, though. So my point is that this tech hack can work, on any headset regardless of what it is. Okay. So before I throw away the old microphone, I'm going to be testing it, alongside the new headset, which I have purchased a few days ago. So yeah. So let's get right into the setup, so I can show you how it is. I'll turn on the old PlayStation 3 and yeah, let's go.
Later that same evening.
Okay, so the PlayStation is on. The old PS3 is here, as you can all see. Yes, I still have this thing after a very long time. It still works great, and the reason why I still have this is because, I'm planning on doing some more classic games in the future. But in order to do that, let's get started on the real reason why we're here. Okay, so as you can see, there's the old capture card. Yes, it still works great, honestly. And the reason why this wire is hanging is because I haven't connected it yet. So this is where our little device comes in. So all you have to do, right, is plug it like so. Sorry, I'm using 2 hands at once. So let's plug it over here, like so. Okay. So as you can see, right, red with red, white with white. Make sure that the receiver goes into the back of the things, right? So therefore, it'll piggyback off the thing. So your mic is going to actually go into this little slot here. So therefore, so both of them will be powered by the same thing. They're all going to go through the same path, which is your television in the back. So now, as always, we plug it in. Make sure you match your wires, though. Sorry, it's going to be a little difficult with me holding this at the same time. Okay, so there's the white cable right there. And the red is over here. There we go. And also make sure to give your wiring some room, because you don't want them crisscrossing or anything, because that's going to be disastrous, so that's not good. Okay, so let's put that under here this time. Yeah. So yeah, an early tip left on is, try not to crisscross your wires too much and everything. Make sure you leave them loose, leave them hanging. So that way you don't want to, lessen the risk of a short circuit. So therefore that's connected. And yeah, that's pretty much all you have to do at this moment. So let me put this down for a little bit though, right? And I'm going to bring the two mics along so that way it could prove that it could fit. I'll show you guys the setup in just a bit. So, yeah. Let's get our first mic. Sorry about that. So there's the old mic that I was talking about. The one that's kind of like having a problem on me. Let's put that down. And I'll connect it off screen real quick. Yep, works like a charm, actually. There you go. So let's disconnect that for a moment and let's plug in the new mic to show you that this could work with any other mic. So let's get let's get our handy dandy new mic, right? Let's put this one away. And let's plug it off screen once again. And with a nice click, it should be fine. So yeah, this method will work with any mic as long as it has like a male jack or something. That's what they call it. And then a female jack, of the component that you want to connect it to. So yeah, give me a moment to switch to the display and the testing phase so that way I can show you once and for all that this method works great.
10 seconds later.
Alright, so I'm a little off screen here, so basically I'm just going to let you guys know that this is the testing phase of it though. So the first mic is connected here though, and I'm going to first test myself to see I can hear it. Yep, seems I can hear it though. So yep, I'm going to put the receiver all the way up so that way you can hear it too. So I'm going to put this over here to the mic. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but yeah, it still works. And keep in mind that the TV is muted, so therefore there's no tricks, no gimmicks, no nothing. So now, let's plug in our second mic. And yes, I'm using Final Fantasy VIII as a test game because it's my favorite Final Fantasy of all time. I still love it even to this day. Okay, so let's grab our second mic, right? Which is the newer mic that I got. It looks pretty cool, Has a little soft receiver. So let's plug that in. Now, before I do the mic thing, though, I will critique on this mic in the future, so be aware for a future video on this one. So, yeah, here it is. I'm going to put it over my ear. Yep, I can hear it. And let me put it over the mic so you guys can hear it. Yeah. So even though this is meant for like Xbox or ones or whatever and everything, as long as you have a compatible, game set or whatever, then this will definitely work though. So yeah, mission test successful. So yeah, and that's pretty much all that I needed to do. So yeah. Let's go back to the final thoughts or whatever, so that way I can give you guys tips and send you guys on your way. So I'll be right back.
Later.
Y'all seen the evidence? Y'all seen me proved it? So therefore, mission successful. Now before I give you guys any tips, which I usually do, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like these. For anything I want to do or anything that you were suggested, and see if there's anything that you would like to know. So yeah, do that for me if you can. So now that that's out of the way though, I will also want to remind you that some of these tips that I will say today will be repeated for future tutorials, which signifies their utmost importance. Okay, first tip, right off the bat, which I can happily say, know what you have, know what you need. Okay, so for example, right, I got an Xbox. I got the headset, I got the TV, I got the capture card, right? But that's just general stuff I'm talking about, you know? I'm talking about the little tinier details, you know, like the HDMI cable or the piggyback cable that I just showed you, right? Or how about the network adapter, right? Or the controller adapter to connect the stuff to it, you know? So that's the smaller details that I'm also talking about too. So basically, you know, for example, right? So I have all this, right? I got all the stuff that I previously said. What I needed today, right, was this little thing to connect it all together. So the reason why is because I want all my devices to communicate with each other. So therefore, know what you have, know what you need. And once you establish that, you'll be able to figure out your problem very, very quickly. So stemming off from the first tip, right, will be the second tip, meaning everything has more than one use. Now, as I mentioned earlier, right, remember those turtle beaches they used to have and everything? Well, all those like newer headsets and everything, you know, that's meant for this console or that console, or pretty much every other product that you buy or you sell, you know, these days, what they don't tell you, right, is that some of these products, right, have hidden uses, okay? So the reason why they don't tell you these hidden uses, so is that way that whenever, you know, your product doesn't work or whatever, they want you to just buy another one and then another one and another one, all for the one reason of making this money. Exactly. So if you're smart like me though, you'll be able to save a whole lot of money by getting individual parts, right? Instead of a whole brand new headset or brand new TV, right? So if you know what the problem is, right, you'll be able to fix it right away. Therefore, everything has more than one use, okay? So, yeah, that's just the gist of it, though. Now, the third tip, right, which I will believe is the most important of all, right? So, whenever, you know, you feel like throwing away your old stuff and everything, and if you still have some, like, individual parts that still work, third tip, keep the individual parts that still work. And the reason why is because that same part that you may have from the old one may work just as well on the new one too. So for example though, if you had, so let's say your piggyback runs out, right? And then you buy like a little headset that has the same parts, right? So so keep the newer one safe, right? And still continue to use the old one. So when the old one conks out in the future, right, you'd be like, hey, I got another extra spare one. So therefore, I could just take the newer one, and that way I don't have to buy no more spare parts. So yeah, keep the old stuff and allow it to work with your new stuff too. And thus, those are all my tips from me to you. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoy this video. Hopefully this knowledge will better be suited in your old video games and all that stuff, because I know some of you still play all the old classics like I do. So yeah, now that you realize that you could work with this with any headset though, yeah, like if you still have an old PS3, you can't find a component headset, or if you need to find one of these in the future, yeah, go for it, like for real. But until then, this has been Cheeto2500. Thank you all so much for tuning in, like I said. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see you in the next one.